All right, welcome in, everyone. Welcome to another Land That I Love. I'm Tammy, I'm the Siberian Wind, and I am your host tonight. And we have Cathy from My Hobby Home joining us as well. If you guys have not checked out her channel before, if you've not subscribed or you're not getting notifications from her, please, guys, take this extra second or two. Go click that link in this description box below me and go click on her channel. Go subscribe, go like some of her content, and go comment on her videos appropriately, please. Appropriate comments. We're adults here. Okay.
And
So
sometimes that may be the problem. We are adults.
we are adults. We are, yeah. It's very boring to be adults. Judy says she's here. She is ready to relax and watch you work. I am so glad you're ready to watch me work. I might be ready to work. Rita is here. Chloe is here. And Katie Crafts is here. Welcome in. She says hello, everyone. Thank you, Katie, for joining in. So tonight I am working on the 8 hands around block on pages 30 and 31. And it is a star within a bigger block. So it's going to take me a little bit of extra time, but I'm not rushing tonight.
And I am doing the windmill block on page 98. And y'all, I'm trying to get my comments up, so things are not going well today.
I agree with you, Katie. She says adulting is overrated. I am with you. This is what Cathy is doing tonight because I've already done that one. That adulting is overrated. So I went to an appointment today and I had this shirt on, and all of the ladies in the front desk stopped and they're like, wait, you got to hang on just a minute because so and so in the back needs to come see this. So they were rounding up people to come see my shirt. And it says, for
Oh,
those of you who cannot read it, it says, I have all the fabric I need. And then it says no quilter. And so even the non-quilters were getting a kick out of it. Welcome in, Pat. She says, hi, everyone. Got home. Got home. Okay, there we go. We're going with got home. I don't understand the rest, but you got home, which is good news. That is encouraging news today. Today is
silly.
if you
Hey,
got
Judy. Hey, Rita.
yeah.
Hey, Chloe. Sorry, I'm saying hey to everybody
Oh,
here.
you're fine. You're fine. So in in addition to be Juneteenth today, where everything is closed and we're still getting accustomed to this being a holiday, um, today is also National. Is it national or international? National Watch Day. So if you have a watch and you like it, it is the day to celebrate your watch.
I am lost without my watch.
Well, mine is a smartwatch and it pairs with my phone. So anytime that I have misplaced my phone and it's on silent or something like that, I can
Yeah.
use my watch to find it. Fantastic invention. Welcome in, Donna. She says, hey, y'all. You
Hey,
must be,
Donna.
you live in the South, don't you? Oh, and I was just on the phone with It's Kennedy before we went live tonight, so she wanted to make sure I said hi to you, Cathy.
Who is this?
It's Kennedy.
Oh, okay.
Subscriber It's Kennedy. Yep. Linda, welcome in. She says, good evening, everyone. Long day at work, and now time to relax. Tomorrow's going to be busy too. Hope to be able to quilt over the weekend. Right.
Oh.
Oh, I love that. Katie says she wore her Of Course I Talk to Myself. Sometimes I Need Expert Advice shirt. And reactions were hilarious. Oh, Donna, you're in
Yeah.
Alabama. What part? I've got to ask because I was born in Birmingham. I grew up in the Pelham area. I lived in Huntsville for a decade, and I also lived in Montgomery for about a year. And I lived between Birmingham and Montgomery for another couple of years. Oh, Pat had a storm. Okay, gotcha. Well, I hope everything is okay and nothing got damaged in the storm. Oh, I own one watch I bought back in 1981 after graduating high school. Just sits there and is not used. All right, so if you guys want trivia, um, we will do a trivia night. I will go count how many watches I have. So Sunday night, if you guys want to ask me, I will have an answer for you and you guys can compete. You know what? We'll do a super chat entry. Oh, you live in Hazel. I know exactly where Hazel Green is. I got family that still lives in Hazel Green, or not family. I've got friends that live in Hazel Green. That's a small community. Oh my gosh. Um, so what we will do is anybody who gets the number right on Sunday nights live for After Sunset Sunday, where we're doing Van Gogh night this weekend. Um, if you get the number of watches that I own correct, we are not going to count my smartwatch. It is not going to be part of the list. This is all going to be analog watches. But if you guys can get the number of watches I own correct, you will get a super chat entry without having to pay for it. How's that sound?
That would be awful for mine because I don't even know how many watches I have. I'm a watch person. I was like the last person in my friend group to get a smartphone.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they're like, oh, but you can go on the internet. And I'm like, I don't want $100 phone bill. $25 is fine for me.
Yeah.
But, and I mean, I was actually the one, I didn't get a cell phone until, well, I had one when I was in college, but that was one of them bag phones.
Oh,
You
I remember
know,
those. I remember
and,
those.
and if you got your car windows tinted, you'd actually get a free bag phone.
Oh, I never
And
got.
that's how I got mine because I had just bought a car and the windows weren't tinted. So I carried it. You know, when you're in college, you got to have like as dark as they could be to be
Mm-hmm.
legal.
Oh, yeah.
And when I was in college, the guy I dated was a cop. So I was like, I want you to carry my car and tell them exactly how dark they can be. I
I
was like,
love
I
it.
want them as dark as I can get them. And so I got me a free bag phone then. But, you know, I cut it off and only had it for emergency uses because I was like, I don't like talking on the phone while I'm driving.
No, it's not safe anyway.
Well, and at the time, you didn't have Bluetooth.
No, you didn't.
Yeah. It did come in handy a couple times. Like one time, I was going to my mother's house, and you have to go through the hills.
Mm-hmm.
And if anybody knows where Columbia, Louisiana is, I had to go from West Monroe to Columbia, and it's nothing but hills.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a couple kids that were showboating
Oh,
and
yeah.
missed the curve and hit a tree. And we were just inside Caldwell Parish.
Oh, gotcha.
Well, it came in handy there, and thank goodness I knew the sheriff's office number because that's where the guy that I dated he worked, and that's where my mama worked. So I was like, y'all were lucky I know that number by heart. And
Oh.
so I mean it was good, but then you know after that I've always had a watch. I've actually had a watch addiction, I guess, because when in Pearl, Mississippi, was it Pearl? Yeah, Pearl. They had a fossil store there, and I love
Oh,
fossil watches.
okay.
And if you don't know this, Fossil Watches also makes Michael Kors watches.
Oh, I did
They
not know
just
that.
it's a different it's just a different name on the dial.
Oh,
That's
okay.
it. But it's made by Fossil.
Okay.
And so I've always been a Fossil watch person. I love Fossil watches. So when I found out they were going out of business, I went and bought everything I could possibly buy,
I
except the
bet.
watches with a leather band. I do not like the watches with the leather bands. I
Mm-hmm.
like them to have the extra links in them so you can, because you know, as females, we have times that our wrists are bigger than others.
Oh, yeah.
Summertime is one of them
That's true.
because
W- welcome
my
in,
wrist,
Laura.
hey Laura, my wrist always swells up during summer.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, and Pat said everything is okay, which is fantastic news. Rita says that her watch is a simple Timex. You have to actually wind. And she says, nope, do not want a smartwatch. So, okay, So my smartwatch became a medical necessity. That was how that happened. Um, so that's exactly how that happened. Um,
So that's sort of like your life alert, huh?
it is because I had a really bad problem for a while because the house that we lived in, I would go out to go take care of the garden, and I didn't really want to carry my phone with me because I was wearing clothes that didn't have pockets, so I was having to put my phone, in my bra, or there really wasn't a place for me in my shorts to put my phone, all of that.
That is
What?
not safe. Hey,
No, it isn't.
Andrea.
Welcome in, Andrea. Um, no, it isn't the best place to put your phone, but it was safe enough for me going outside, but it got sweaty. And I just, no, I didn't really,
Well,
I'm not the put stuff your money in your brassiere person. That has never been
no.
me.
Well, if you actually read the warnings in your little operator's manual of your cell phone,
Uh-huh.
it's not supposed to be that close to your body.
Oh, no. I
There's
would, that,
They
that,
actually put warnings in there, but it's in the little fine print in the very back of the manual.
and I'm like a guy when it comes to my phone. Am I going to read directions? No, I'm not.
Who's going to read all of that, though? I don't.
Rita says she has the Connect America thing, which is like a life alert. Just does not need the internet or any other equipment. Yeah, and
Oh,
I
that's great.
and I get that. But for me, I like the convenience of being able to locate my phone. So as long as my watch has a charge, which I'm almost always wearing a watch, um, if my watch has a charge, then I can keep track of it. And the nice thing is, my watch does have a water mode, so I can like set it so I can get into the hot tub or take a shower or wash dishes. And I not that I wash dishes often. Welcome in, Jennifer. But I make sure that I have a way to keep my watch safe so that I can always locate my phone. My daughter bought me a band for my smartwatch. It's a Brighton band. Zero idea of the cost. It was a gift. Love it. Have links. Yes. So this band that I have on mine, I bought specifically because I don't like the band that came with my watch, and it came with the faceplate with all the little diamond stud things in it. I mean, they're fake, but they're pretty and they sparkle, and it looks like real
As a girl,
jewelry.
we got to have our bling.
We gotta
We
have our
got to
bling.
have our bling.
And it always looks fancy enough that, I don't ever look like I'm,
Yeah.
you know, you know, just got home from the gym kind of deal. And Judy says,
I'm with you, Judy. I understand you. I always make sure I have pockets, and if it's not in my clothes, what I do is, like, if I go to my garden, I wear a garden apron that's got the big pocket at the top,
yeah.
and so that way I can always put my phone in that.
Well, my one of my things with carrying my phone out with me is Tom was working as a truck driver, so he would be gone for weeks on end. So I'd be out in the yard playing with the dog, so I'd be throwing the ball, or I'd be tending to my flowers or my garden. And so I would like to, I'd like to have music with me, which would be fantastic to carry my phone with me. But I was leaving my phone on the patio frequently so that I could keep it safe and not have to carry it with me. But I was starting to collapse when I got away from my phone, and so it was a safety thing. Um, Rita, that's funny. Disliking the bling on your
Yeah,
jewelry, but the bling for your nails. Oh, you can come bling my nails out anytime. I'll let you do that. I'm okay with bling on my nails too.
and see, I don't have nails. My nails, I don't
Oh,
have them.
I
They're
don't either.
non-existent.
I don't either. They're mine are crazy short. This whole finger pressing is actually finger pressing, not nail pressing.
Oh, girl, I did not realize these things are this small. Oh my.
Oh boy. They are small. Those pinwheels are tiny.
Oh my goodness. I just looked at how small I'm supposed to trim these half square triangles. Oh my goodness. Oh, I guess
That
I'm a glutton for punishment.
Oh, well, you see how tiny. Okay, do you see how tiny? This is what I'm working with.
It's probably the same size I'm using.
It's about
That's,
there. It's about there. Oh, there's it, Kennedy.
hey, it's Kennedy.
Welcome in. Welcome in. Nails, you think I can say I have no nails? Wonder if I could get away with that. Yeah, no, you have nails, Rita. You absolutely have nails. I cannot claim the nails category. I mean, I really need to paint them so that I protect them a little bit, but that involves energy, and I've been spending way too much energy lately on other things. Uh, cleaning, cleaning is awful.
As long as my nails are clean, I don't care.
Yeah, I've been cleaning house, which is heck on your
I'm,
nails.
you know, I took the whole week off to
Yeah.
kind of build myself up and get ready for that doctor's appointment yesterday. And I thought, oh, I'm going to go on and get my house clean, get everything ready, get all the laundry done. Yeah, ain't none of it done. None of it. Well, I'm down to my last load of laundry before I have to take my sheets off the bed. I thought I was going to get that all done the other night. It didn't happen. I went to sleep. That's what happened.
Hey, sometimes sleep is what's needed. Rita says that's what they make cleaning gloves for protecting your nails while cleaning. No, I'm good. My hands sweat too much in cleaning gloves. I wear gloves if it's actually dangerous for my skin, but beyond that, I don't tend to wear gloves. Just like I don't tend to wear shoes with toe coverage or heel coverage in the summer. Like I've got sandals that have a strap around the back, but my toes are out and my foot can breathe. I grew up in the southeast. We run around barefoot as kids.
I'm having to learn how to wear shoes during the summer that
Yeah.
has a toe to it because oh Laura, I'll tell you that in a second. Because I tend to keep my like sandals and stuff tend to catch on everything because I
Oh,
can't raise that leg up as high to walk. And you really don't realize that I don't think I'm dragging my foot, but I just don't think I'm raising it as high as I should to step on
yeah.
things. Okay,
Yeah.
Laura, to answer your question, it didn't turn out how I wanted it to. I wanted there to be a definite, this is what's going on. We're going to do this to fix it. There was not that. There was, this is what's going on, and there's nothing we can do about it. And I think the doctor kind of realized I was getting very emotional over it because you can only deal with so much pain for so long before you get homicidal, you know? And I'm kind of close to that. I just want to grab somebody and choke them and say, fix it. Just fix it.
Hi,
Um,
Lana. Sorry.
hey, Lana, it is, um, I am bone on bone in my knee. I do have arthritis really bad in my knee. And he did find an abnormality with the meniscus on the inside of my knee. Um, and I asked him if he thought that was what was causing. Now, I think doctors are trained to not suggest options that immediately fix things because of the insurance company. Well, this has been 18 years, almost 19 actually. This October will be 19 years
Yeah.
since my very first fall. And it's time. It's time to fix it or it's time to just cut my leg off. I'm there. I'm at that point where I am there. It
Yeah.
something has to be done. And I'm not joking when I say cut my leg off. I would really seriously consider amputation.
Yeah.
And
I
I know a lot of people think I'm joking when I say that,
mm-mm.
but until you've been in pain for so long and they keep saying we can't do anything, we can't do anything, it it just really gets very frustrating. Um oh Rita, yeah, I know that.
I'm
But
I'm
so
wondering
I
I'm
think
wondering if they can do an exploratory surgery for you.
okay, well that's what he's gonna do. He's going to
Oh,
do a scope, which he said they could go in there and look at it to see if maybe because I don't think the MRI picked up. Now, my thoughts are when he was first telling me this, I thought, oh, great. They know there's a bone spur. They know there's an abnormality with the meniscus. And they know I'm bone on bone. And they know there's really bad arthritis. So maybe they'll go in there, clean it up,
yeah.
get the bone spur out. You would think that's what they would do. And he Judy, he did tell me that I was a perfect candidate for knee replacement, but he didn't think I was ready for that yet.
Lovely.
I
I
just want
hate
to
when
choke
they're
them
like
when they
that.
say things like that because it's like you don't know the pain I'm in.
Yeah, he's
Seriously, I'm having to hold on to things when I walk because I just don't know if my knee's going to give out. And y'all got to understand, a lot of people, of course, you don't know me, you don't know my past, my history, my activity level. I ain't always been fat. I'm a chunky mama, but when I had my first fall that damaged my leg, I have between all the steroids and everything I've had to take, I've probably gained a good 80 pounds to 100 pounds because I can't
yeah.
move. I can't do what I used to do.
Doctors
Used to,
sometimes forget that
yeah,
their patients can't move, and that weight just because a lot of doctors will
I
tell you
have.
you have to lose weight before you can do anything. Welcome in, Mona.
How are
Um,
you going to lose weight if you can't move?
exactly, and
Other than
that's
completely stopping eating,
yep,
um, I will. Now, actually, when I started my channel, I was doing um, keto and I was on Ozempic for my diabetes.
yep.
And that's a whole nother story. That was COVID related.
I hear
All of
you.
that was caused by COVID. But, before I had that accident, every weekend we were camping or we were um, at water parks. We did stuff. We
Yeah, you were
never
crazy
stayed home.
active. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, you were crazy active. Basically, this affects your
Yeah. I
quality
mean,
of
never.
life. Yeah.
I had two full-time jobs, not even a full-time and a part. I had two 40-hour week jobs because I was a single mom to two children. I mean, three children.
Yeah.
I forgot a kid. I forgot a kid. I'm so used to saying two because I got two grandbabies,
she
but
she
I
for
had three
okay.
kids.
Okay. We need to go back and I need somebody to teach me how to clip that because we need to totally clip the fact that Kathy forgot she had a kid. She forgot a whole child in this.
Well,
Oh.
but I mean, we were always riding our bikes. We were always just doing something. I mean, on the weekends when the children were with me and not at their dad's, if we weren't on a boat on the lake or at the campground riding bikes, because I mean, I'm not going to say we rough camped. We didn't
Yeah.
rough camp, but I'm not going to say we glamped either.
Yeah.
We had a pop up camper that we had, which I mean, it was good, but you still had to cook outside. You still had to go find a bathroom because I was not dumping the blue water or
Yeah.
whatever water they called
The
it. I wasn't
gray
touching that.
water, what, or
Yeah, whatever they
whatever
call
that
it, I
tank
wasn't
is.
touching.
Yeah.
I was not touching it. But anyway, he says he will do a scope,
Do we have a
and
date for
that
that
is
yet?
the 27th of this
Ooh,
month.
ooh, that's coming up close. That
Yeah,
is
so
next. Ooh, hang on. Let me look at the calendar.
that's
That
next Friday.
is next Friday. It's 1 week before
Yeah,
July
2 weeks.
4th.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
week. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
awesome.
they seem to act like that I'll be able to, after the scope, I'll be able to get up and walk that day. No
Well,
problem. But my
well,
thing is, I can't walk now at all. If they'll do anything at all that will help
yeah,
the
that'd be a big
pain.
improvement. Yeah.
Yeah. And see, that's why my house is a disaster, but it's because I can't. Hey, Mona,
Yep.
because I can't stand up on my leg long enough to do my house. So I'd much rather sit down and sew so I'm getting something done,
Well,
even
and
though it's not my house.
worst case scenario when they do this scope, if they find that, you do in fact qualify for knee replacement, that will, hurry that along for you. So that would be nice. And everybody was commenting about how, yeah, it's a vicious cycle and success stories with knee replacement, but just it depends.
Yeah.
It
And I
depends on
know
when you
knee
can get
replacement
qualified
is
for it.
very, I know knee replacement is very difficult. I know that it's a lot of therapy afterwards because I helped take care of my grandmother when she had both of her knees replaced. So I
Yeah,
know, I mean, I've seen it because she actually had to go stay in a nursing home after she had hers done for the therapy
yeah.
because, we all worked and wasn't there with her 100% of the time. So her doctor wouldn't even let her go home. I wonder what they're going to do to me because I don't have anybody here with me 100% of the time. My husband's not here all the time.
Well,
He's not going to be,
that's when you
yeah,
just need to fly me and Paladin down there, and we'll come hang out with you for your recovery time.
I want to tell him, send me to a resort that's got nurses and spa
Yeah,
boys.
I hear
I
you.
need eye candy.
Welcome, Cindy. Welcome. Glad you're here.
Susie, how are you doing?
Glad you made it in. Um, let's see. And
But I'm
so,
I'm staying hopeful, I'm hoping the scope brings more clarity to what's going on. And if there is absolutely nothing they can do, then I'm gonna have to go to my regular doctor and say, you're either gonna have to drug me up or and he was even talking about giving me Toradol shots. And I'm like, absolutely not.
oh
No,
gosh,
that's not happening.
the
I'm
heavy
not taking a
stuff.
Toradol shot.
Yeah.
Well, Toradol makes me itch.
Oh,
So
you're allergic, so
I,
no,
I,
you can't have it.
I'm absolutely not taking a Toradol. I don't think I'm allergic to it.
If,
I think it's just I have a lower tolerance. Yes, Judy, thank you. You
thank
reminded
you.
me to do that.
Thank you.
Hit that thumbs up, guys.
Yes, yes, please
Um,
hit that thumbs up. I do have a question for
so
Katie once we get done.
what?
Um, so Katie broke a toe. She
Oh,
was walking around barefoot and she broke a toe. I have to ask because it is a toe. Which little piggy was it? Because one went to market. Um,
Have
I don't know the whole nursery rhyme, but if you tell
y'all
me which
ever
pig,
realized what that means?
yeah, I know it's not a very good story, but
They're not really going to the market.
no, they
They
aren't.
are, but they're not purchasing anything. They're
Welcome,
becoming part of the market.
welcome in,
Oh,
Sylvia. Thank you,
Cindy,
thank you,
thank
thank
you
you.
so much. Yeah, it's a medical saga for sure. We if this is anything, this is gonna make me fight for good insurance.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Oh, it's the middle one. Ow.
I can say that I'm trying to see if any of these change or if they're all the same direction. My insurance, that now they did call me today and they
Okay.
did tell me how much it was going to cost me. And I asked that lady, I was like, even with the insurance? Well, she told me like $983.
Ouch.
And I was like, that's with the insurance? She said, well, that's the part of your deductible you hadn't paid yet.
Oh no.
Well, my deductible for me is $1,500.
Okay.
So that means I've paid that much at least.
Yeah, that's
And
still rough though.
yeah, and then after that, I got a call from the surgery center, and that's $100.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
like, oh Lord, this is going to be COVID all over again.
Well, we've got some laughs now because Katie says it's the middle piggy, and she's questioning. She thinks it's the one that ate roast beef. Judy says, "Ouch! And all you can do is tape them together. Make sure you have good support shoes." True. And Donna says that she broke her wee wee all the way home, piggy. That is not the fun one to break either. I have actually broken a toe. Um, oh, good. Laura's got a couple tests scheduled for tomorrow, and then see. That's good news,
Good
Laura.
Lord.
Good,
I
good.
think my comments quit.
Oh, okay. It's
Let me,
possible. Mine are still going.
okay, so let me try to go live chat.
uh,
Yeah, something has been
yes.
going on with our internet here. Yeah, it finally come up.
Okay, good, good. Yeah, I broke my big toe on my left foot when I was in junior high, and that was that was interesting, let
Ooh,
me tell you.
that's your balance though.
Mhm. Um
Oh, that is awful.
I so so my best friend at the time, she and I were both, yes, little toes are table leg detectors. You are so right,
Yes.
Katie. So right. They also find the ottoman that wasn't supposed to be pulled out any further than it was.
No,
Um,
that's your bed legs in the dark. So,
yes. Oh gosh,
oh my God.
yes. Oh my gosh, yes. Um, so the the best friend and I were we went to school together, and my school had this concrete playground, and it was more asphalt than concrete. If you know the difference between the two, concrete tends to have a smooth top to it, and tends to be very level and tends to be one color and all of that. Asphalt is the black stuff with all the little different sized stones in it. And it can be very
It gets
rocky, and
really hot in the summer.
it's incredibly hot in the summer. But it's really uneven, and it's very easy for it to get divots in it. Um, and so the school that I went to, there were two buildings. There was a school building, and then there's a gymnasium building. And between those two buildings, they had an area where you could actually put an entire semi truck between the two buildings if they didn't have an awning between the two buildings. So if it was raining or whatever, you could still get between the two buildings without getting drenched. Um, but without that awning there, you could have fit a semi truck between these two buildings. But that was our playground. Um, so we had the front playground and the back playground, and they had a volleyball net set up on the back playground. Well, we were breaking it down to move it, and one of the poles was fine, everything is okay, but they put the in the base of the poles, they put concrete in the base, and there's these two little wheels on one side. So basically what one person has to do is they have to pull on the pole and lean it back onto the wheels, and then somebody has to hang up near the front of the base and kick it to move it along, because moving along that asphalt, it gets stuck. Um, so my best friend and I were moving one of these volleyball poles, and she had the pole and I had the front, which is fine. And you learn how to kick it, so you don't ever break your toes that way. Somebody called her name. She turned around to look at who called her name, and we apparently had the one where the pole comes out of the base. So when she turned around to look at who called her name, she turned around and took the pole with her. So the base fell over with all that concrete in it and fell on my foot and broke my toe. And then I proceeded to
Ow.
hang. And I didn't want to call my dad and tell him that he needed to come pick me up early. So I hung out for another hour and a half at school, sitting on the bleachers, trying to not think about how much my foot hurt. But it was throbbing inside my shoe. But thankfully, I hadn't taken my shoe off yet. When they took my shoe off at the doctor's office or at the ER, they were kind of shocked at how swollen my foot immediately got when that shoe came off.
Yeah,
Oh.
that is awful.
Hey, at least it was just one toe. And everything that I've ever done to my body that has hurt and is permanent and causes, forever changes has always been to the left side of my body. I tore up my left knee maybe like a year or two before I broke my toe. Then another year or two, I broke my middle finger on my left hand. I mean, it's the left side of my body, guys. It is just the left side
Right,
of my body.
Katie. Ouch.
Um,
Yeah.
anything that happens to the right side of my body, I heal. It's just
See, that's me. Everything is on my left side that is the worst.
yeah. So the wrist that I'm having problems with is my left wrist, guys. That's why
Because
when I huh?
it's not the dominant side. So
Actually, I'm ambidextrous. And Judy was sitting here asking if I'm left-handed. Nope, I'm ambidextrous. So some things I do primarily with my left hand. I do write primarily with my right hand, but that is only because that's what I practice with more. But in a pinch, I do have to think about it a little bit more, but I can write very legibly with my left hand. It doesn't take me much, but I do have to think about it a little bit because I just don't practice. There's no real fix for broken toes. No, there isn't. As well as tailbones. There is no fix for a broken tailbone either.
no, it's not.
I've done that one too.
I say, and don't ask me how I know. A donut is it. That's all you got.
I fell down some
What?
wooden
I
stairs.
haven't broken mine. I've bruised mine.
No, I full on
Which is,
broke it.
yeah, if you bruise it, you might as well have broken it. It's the
Yeah,
same thing.
it is. It is. It's crazy.
Right.
Rita says that same here. She's not right or left-handed. Yeah, and she's saying you
Yeah,
just
the
saw those
donut
donut things,
thing.
right? Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, Chloe. So anytime I get injured, I think about which side of my body it's on. And if it's on the right side of my body, I'm like, okay, that's not a big deal. Because I already know my body will be okay if it's on the right side of my body. If it is on the left side of my body, I'm like, well, darn.
May have a few problems.
Here we go again. Katie says she bruised her tailbone and is miserable. Yes.
It is. That is awful.
Oh, I got one for you. So, I've broken my tailbone. And now because of after my gastric sleeve surgery, I lost a whole bunch of weight. I gained some of it back. But after this gallbladder removal surgery, I have lost weight again. Do you know that when you don't have that extra padding, your tailbone,
It
you
hurts.
feel it?
Well, that must mean I've been losing weight. I'm not losing weight, I assure you that. Because my tailbone, since I started having the knee problems, my
Uh-huh.
tailbone has hurt. And I
Oh.
told my husband today, I said, go figure. Since I haven't worked, my tailbone hadn't been hurting. He said, well,
Oh.
I think we found the problem then. You need a new chair at work.
That's very likely.
I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to ask for a new chair. I just want to keep my job.
I hear you on that.
It's like if I have to, and he was like, "I'll go buy you a chair and carry it up there."
Oh, that would be
I'm
awesome
like,
of him.
I want one like I have here, like the one I'm sitting in.
Yeah.
But we got it on a great sale. It's
Well,
like a 700. It's like a $700 chair, and we got it for 150.
mine is like a I think $450 chair now, and the Staples employees had not put the sign up correctly. So I got it for what the sign said, which was closer to 100 and something dollars.
Yeah.
Um, and I've had to replace the hydraulics in it now, and there's damage to the arms of it from where I've caught it on things, but it's still comfortable. So
Well,
welcome
when
in,
we got
Zaza.
this, hey, Jaja, how is it, Zaza or like Jaja Gabor?
Oh, that's a good question.
Wait,
All
that's
right,
ZSA, isn't it?
all right. So is it Zaza or is it Jaja? You get to tell us. Is it the
Is it number one
sound?
Zaza or number two Jaja?
Ah, very good. Very good. Very good. Let's see, Rita says that the chair she has is tall and has the back supports in it. She can't sit in a
Yeah.
regular chair. Yeah, so this one is mesh. So as I move and like shift and all, my weight redistributes in it. So I don't have pressure points. That's one thing I did find that they're gonna have to make adjustments to my wheelchair on is I have so many pressure points. It's a hard Z,
Oh,
number one. Okay, so Zaza.
okay, Zaza. Okay.
Yay,
Well,
thank
that's
you.
good to know.
See, I was doing it right. I'm so proud.
Laura, poor girl, you just had it
Oh
hit
my
me
gosh.
3 times. Girl,
Ouch.
just tell them take that out so you can't break it again.
Yeah. But then what do you fall on?
Your like hip bones.
Oh, that wouldn't be much better. No, I went to the welcome in, Deborah. Glad you're here.
Hey, Deborah. I'm gonna say it like Tom Hanks says in what's that when Bubba Gump Shrimp. What's that
Oh
called?
yeah,
Which one is that?
Forrest Gump.
Yeah, Forrest Gump. Your buttocks.
That works.
That's what you fall on.
Yep, yep, you do. So I went to the rodeo last night, college national finals,
How was
and
that? We
it
missed
was
our rodeo here.
it's interesting. I got to see like we finally got there about the time that they were done with the national anthem, and we're just getting some awards given out and all of that before they really get into the rodeo. The competitors were having a rough night. Um, the calf roping, there were a lot that missed. The sear roping, the same thing. Um, the um, the barrel racers even had trouble. Like nobody was doing better time than they had previously done, or nobody was even getting close. There was
Yeah.
not a single 8 second ride. Everybody fell off.
Wow.
Nobody got an 8 second ride in Wednesday night. So it is cute.
Are you talking about my buttocks?
I think she is, yeah. Well, so the friend that I went with has been to rodeos his entire life. Like he's gone to a lot of rodeos. And he's from this general area, so he had access to rodeos. But his family was big into to going to all the rodeos. So he
Yeah.
has a lot more experience watching the rodeos, but he'd never actually been to the college national finals rodeo. So this was a new one for him. Um, and he said that the difference between the college and the pro circuit is like night and day. There's a significant difference when we start talking about the pro rodeo versus the
Yeah.
college rodeo.
The PRCA.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He said there's a huge difference between, I mean, it's like, college football and pro football. There's a huge difference
Yeah.
between the skill set and the level of practice and routine that goes into all of it. Let's
Well, see,
see.
when I was in high school and I lived with my mother, like for the rodeos,
Uh huh.
I would always go up early, and because I had some friends that they rode in the rodeo, and I would always give their horses their first run on the field, whatever it's
Yeah.
called, on the arena, because
Okay.
they'd always go warm them up on the arena so they get good footing on it, know how they handled on it.
Yeah.
And I always got to be the one that did that. I love that so much.
Reed is asking if I've gone to the Stampede Rodeo in Cody. No, not yet. I didn't even know it existed. So I will look that up and find out. Laura
Right,
says
Zaza? Yes.
she loves rodeos. Right? I did not, I had never been to a rodeo until we moved up here. And our first summer up here, we went to the fair, and the fair has a rodeo here in central Wyoming as well. So we got to see parts of the rodeo, and I've seen the rodeo on TV, but it is so much better in person. You actually can feel the energy in the building. Um, so the seats that we were given, um, absolutely incredible seats. It was like second row up, so there was one row in front of us, um, and it was really really nice. At one point, one of the horses kicked up dirt, and it landed in the stairway next to us. So Paladin was like craning his nose over to go smell the dirt from the from the kick up. Um, and I did have to say though, watching those rodeo, all the people in the rodeo, like the bull riders and all, I just had to really appreciate the fact that even though I hurt, I don't hurt like they will after they got thrown off.
Right.
Like
Well,
that's something I would not relish and enjoy as much.
when I was along also with when I was in high school, but I think this was also when I was in college, the cop that I dated
Uh huh.
in high school and college, um, he was a rodeo clown. So
Oh,
I
okay.
would always go with him to all the rodeos they did. I don't know, it's something about horses and about the stands and about the bull ride. It's just that to me was home. That was so, I loved it. I mean, I just loved being around the horses. Um, I had a horse, but Rita said she had a daughter that was a barrel racer.
Mm-hmm.
I never raced anything. Now, I was the go to girl to break horses because
Yeah.
I would pawn break
Yeah.
the horses. And I was literally like the smallest one. And so that's how I broke the horses was they would put me on them in the pond and I would hang on for dear life until they just gave up.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Zaza says that Greenland Katie did some kind of horse racing, and I do agree with you. I think it was barrel racing. I think that's what I've heard her tell before is that she did barrel racing. I have actually never ridden a horse. That
Oh,
is
it is so much fun.
that is one thing I do want to learn how to do, and do want to have the experience of doing. Um, and I will tell you, to be fair, um, I was always a heavier set person. I have always been that, even from childhood. I've always been the heaviest person in the room. Um, and with thinking about getting onto a horse and all of that, I will not tell you how many times I was told that I was too heavy to ride a horse. Or like when people would have ponies at the birthday parties or whatever, I was always told that, I wasn't allowed to get on the pony because I was too big for the pony. Um, so like that kind of stereotype was kind of drilled into me. Um, and so I do still have that going on in my head, but I do still want to try it. I really do. I know I'm not
If
too
you
heavy for
have,
it.
yeah, if you have a bad back,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna say it may not be the best thing to get on.
My back is torn up, but it's not super torn up. It's not as torn up as my husband's. My husband's back, I would not recommend him getting on a horse. But he's been on a horse at least once before.
Yeah,
But I have never been on a horse. Um, I will be sore and I will be hurting the next day. I know that. I completely know that.
yeah. I love riding horses. I mean, I just love it. I love riding horses, but I only ride like for like trail rides and things like that.
Yeah. And that's what I would be wanting to do it for is for a trail ride. I'm so laughing at
True.
that. Cindy's
Oh, you
comment.
married to a rodeo clown bullfighter?
Oh.
It's awesome, isn't it? Well, mine, he wasn't like a bullfighter. He was like the funny clown, the one that told the jokes.
Oh, the
And
one inside the barrel with the microphone.
well, he was mic'd up anyway, but
Okay.
I don't think he ever got in the barrel.
Oh, okay.
But but yeah, they are fearless for sure.
They have to
Now,
be.
the guy that I dated, the
Hi,
only
Ian.
problem he had from it was he had a messed up ankle from
Oh,
it.
gotcha. Um,
And he's
welcome,
actually no longer a cop, no longer a radio clown. Now he's an insurance adjuster.
welcome in, Pam. Glad you're here.
So now
Um,
he climbs on roofs instead of horses.
so Cindy says that she grew up in a very rural area. It wasn't until she went to college with city kids that she found out she must be rich because she had her own pony from the time she was 6. Yeah, see, I would have thought you were rich too. Believe me,
See, people
that's
don't realize how much them ponies cost to feed, though.
yeah. I do have to laugh. Andrea is giving the recommendation to wear a good tight bra if you're well endowed. Yeah, thank you. I had not thought about that, but thank you. Oh,
Hello, Pam.
oh, I would love to go ride a horse. But yeah, so the rodeo last night was very, very fun. Much more fun than the fair rodeo that I'd been to a couple summers ago. But I will probably go to the fair rodeo again this year uh, for the second time to go because I want to go. I want to go see. I want to go watch. I want to see if they do better than the college kids that could not catch.
Yeah,
So they now have an event, and I have never seen this at any other rodeo or any other TV broadcast of it or whatever. I'd never seen any of this before. They now have an event for the cowgirls where you can where your whole point is you rush out and you are tying a goat that is already tied down to a location, but you're tying their legs and they have to remain on the ground for like 6 seconds after you're done or something. That was something I've never seen done before. So that was interesting to watch.
Rita is saying binding
Oh.
yourself is essential when riding a horse. Yes, it is. Very essential.
Oh.
But
See,
when I was in high school, I really didn't have that to worry about. So,
yeah. Unless you want a bruised chin and very sore girls, right?
yeah.
Well, if you're into pain like that, but we're not that kind of channel here.
No.
we're not that kind of channel here. But yeah, it was a lot of fun to listen and hear everything. And now don't tell me that I am done before you.
Oh, I'm just now piece of my rose.
Oh,
I had
okay.
to trim and I had to do all the
Oh,
things, you know.
I didn't have as much trimming then. Gotcha. I will wait to show mine until you're done. Ha ha ha. You guys can't see it. Chin punches and black eyes. Oh my gosh. I've got to be careful then. We live in an area where we can have horses. We're zoned as a mini farm. Thought about it, but my health issues have paused that decision for now. Yeah. See, I would not be able to handle the work of owning my own horse. I know that. I fully understand and know that. I think they're gorgeous animals. I would love to spend time with horses. Um, but because I don't have any previous experience with them, it was something I would absolutely try. I would try. uh,
And I'm taking my time. I'm going slow.
oh, you're good. You're
I'm
good.
just,
We're chit chatting tonight. That's fine.
yeah.
I think the closest I'm going to get to a horse is my next service dog. Um, I have, through help, found a breeder that breeds Great Pyrenees. So they may or may not have a dog around the time that I need it, but at least I have one lead on a potential future service dog. Um,
My
I've never,
neighbor has the Great Pyrenees,
yeah, it,
and we have a guy that lives down from where I work,
uh-huh.
and he has two Great Pyrenees, and they come visit us. They're cow dogs,
Oh, yeah.
and they come and visit us. I mean, they behind my office there is like attached to the back of my office. There is a shop, and they leave that shop door open during the day. Sometimes a dog just walks up in my office, tells me hello, and then turns around and goes back
Oh,
out.
my gosh. Oh, my
Yeah, I
gosh,
mean,
Pam.
and they're huge. I mean, Great
Yeah,
Pyrenees are
Pyrenees are
pretty
huge.
doggone big.
Yeah, they're big. He would be able to come,
And hey, y'all,
put his head in my lap as I'm sitting here.
and what I'll have to do is I'll have the man that owns them. His name is I call him Mr. Branch,
Yeah,
and he's like he owns like all the land around where my workplace is,
yeah.
and he's a farmer. He's got crops going, and I have his number like hanging up on my desk. Whenever they come by, I just give him a call, and I'm like, they're up here. He's like, yeah. He said they got to cross the cattle gap and made their way. I said, well, they just have to come say hello every now and then, make sure
Yeah.
we're all here and still all okay.
Well, Pyrenees are great farm dogs, and they're great workhorses of a dog. Um, but they also tend to be escape artists. They definitely do. Pam was saying that there's a veterans group in Portland that does horse therapy, but her health insurance doesn't qualify her for it, which is crazy. It would be amazing if they would qualify you for it. Um, there's probably programs around here for veterans as well. Welcome in, Gladys. Glad you're here. Thank you. So the Great Pyrenees' biggest issue is that they tend to be stubborn and the protection mode can be not so great. Yes. So that's why I will be getting a puppy. I'm not getting one that has come into their own and has already developed some of the less desirable traits. I want to be able to break those traits before the dog gets big enough that I physically can't break those traits. So I want a puppy that, I can then do exactly like what I did with him. My Paladin has some undesirable traits. His whining is one of them. But most everything else I could break from him before he got too big. And he had a good temperament, which is exactly what I needed. So I'm pretty good judge of dog character and dog temperament. So I think I'll be able to catch that. I have to start when they're a puppy. Have to start when they're little. As soon as they are okay to go to solid food and be away from mom. So that's what I'm looking for. But I'm not ready to get one yet. I just finished cleaning up all of Paladin's hair all over the apartment. I'm not ready for another dog yet. Not just yet. We've got to get a system in place that works to keep the hair down so this doesn't become an issue again. uh, that's another reason, guys, that I like all my furniture in here to move because he wants to be in here with me. So as long as my furniture can move, then it's easier to clean. So that's what I'm going for. And that's also why, in case you ever wonder, I do not store fabric on the bottom shelf. Like, as the very, very bottom, there's never fabric on the bottom. Yeah, Zaza says as long as they're well socialized, they should be fine. Yeah, and, you know, when you get a puppy young enough, like, straight from mom, um, as long as you're picking the puppy with the right temperament and you know what kind of temperament you're looking for, um, you can shape and redirect. So Paladin he's a Labrador Retriever, which they are famous for retrieving. His dad was just, the entire time we were there, was giving my husband toys to keep throwing for him. His Paladin's dad did not want to stop playing fetch. That is his favorite thing in the world. Um, but so before I would let Paladin play fetch, he had to retrieve things. So I figured out how to do that. Andrea says that her husband she needs to go. Her husband just turned on the TV and is wanting her attention. Absolutely, Andrea. Have a good evening. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree,
we're at
Rita.
an hour mark too. I mean, I'm just going slow today. I mean,
That there is nothing wrong with
I
that.
wanted to make sure these pinwheels were good.
I am so excited. You know what I can show you guys? I can show it to you in case you don't remember. In case you don't remember that I have it. Oh. Okay, so you know that this month is the freebie pattern month, right? So I'm doing a freebie pattern, and I chose that we're going to do layer cakes this month. Well, I don't know if you remember, but a very wonderful and gracious subscriber sent me a layer cake for my birthday, and it is Dog Park. So this one is a brown print. It has labs, huskies, Dalmatians, dachshunds. I want to say that's a pug, golden retriever, chihuahuas, greyhounds, like all different dogs on here. So that's one of the prints. So this is the one you guys will see me cutting into during the presentation. It is cute fabric. It is very cute, Chloe. It is so cute. This one has little French bulldogs on it's line drawing French bulldog faces. It's also brown. And then this is a different brown. It's more of a tan. Has golden retrievers, kind of in the style of Tula Pink with all the extra designs around each of the faces. It'd be really fun to fussy cut that one. I don't know if we're going to be able to fussy cut or not. I'm not going to give you guys any clues. This one is cream with paw prints. I do not know what color background I should use. That's where I'm stuck. So I've got the creams. So this is another one of the French Bulldogs. It's cream with like tan line drawing. So I don't want to have this disappear with the background. So I don't know if a cream will work, but I don't want a pair of black because there's hardly any black in here. There's navy, There's light blue, like sky blue almost. There's a little bit of purple in here. I love my purple. There's pink. Um, I'm just paging through. There's some peach colored fabric. Yeah, there's those kinds of colors in here, but I have no idea what color background to do. So I have no idea. So I got to figure out my background and my sashing. Champagne Kona is what Chloe's saying. I don't know if my local Hobby Lobby has it, but I might be going tomorrow night. My schedule is so slam packed tomorrow and then Saturday, and this is the week that their fabric is on sale. But I think they will be a blue.
Does Tom come back tomorrow?
He does come back tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay.
He does.
That's what I was thinking. He did.
Oh my gosh, guys. Do you think I should task him with, hey, honey, will you take this sack of fabric and go find a fabric that you think goes well with it and buy me this much of it? Do you think he'll do it? I wonder if he'll do it.
He just might.
He might.
He might surprise you.
He does love going into Hobby Lobby. I don't think he'll want to carry the fabrics with him. But I might make him. Oh, yay! Okay, you ready?
Yay! Oh yeah, I think I've done that one.
You might have.
I think I have.
The 8
I might
hands
have.
around. And
But
Chloe
yeah.
thinks he will do it. Yes, I hope so.
Well, because didn't you choose your colorway for one of the cotton cuts?
He did. He chose colorway for
did.
the. Zaza says that could be dangerous. Okay, so we're talking about the man that if Hobby Lobby has a credit card, does Hobby Lobby have a credit card? Please tell me they don't have a credit card.
A what?
Does Hobby Lobby have a card? Yeah. Like a store card, like Michael's does and Target? So. Okay.
I don't know. I didn't know Michael's had one.
Yeah, Michael's has a credit card. I don't know if Hobby Lobby has a credit card, but if they do, don't tell him. Okay? Please. Please.
I mean.
Yeah. Rita sends her husband to go pick up fabric and he does a pretty good job. Well, normally I am the one that picks out the fabric. I don't normally send him to pick out fabric. When I did, he wanted me to do a harvest, like fall themed wall hanging to change out with our quilts that are on the wall. And I had to drag him over and tell him, okay, I need you to narrow this down. And Rita says Hobby Lobby does not offer its own credit card. Score! Good. Okay. Oh.
But they do take Lissa.
They do. They do. They take ours very frequently.
Yeah.
Oh, my husband can spend hours inside Hobby Lobby. I get there, I go look for the exact things that I'm going there for, and I might see something on the way in or the way out of those departments, and I might pick up something else, but it's very rare. Welcome in, Ollie. He says he might go get a credit card and buy a yellow back. Oh my gosh, Ollie. Of course. Yellow background. We are not doing yellow, I don't think.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, yeah, don't tell him that, Rita.
Oh, no.
Yeah, don't tell him that. All right, so.
Yeah, those will get you in trouble.
So, you guys, Sunday night is, choose between A and B. Yeah, that's about what I usually do with him, with fabric, because he knows he doesn't want to play with it. So Sunday is Van Gogh night. We will be having a special guest of Mr. Siberian Wind. I will be working on Winding Ways with Anastasia instead of Ricky sitting here. And so Mr. Siberian Wind will be hanging out to answer and give you Van Gogh trivia. So be ready to answer trivia. Be ready to ask him questions. be ready. Try to figure out how to stump him. Yes, note to self. Please note to self. Uh, and I have a note right here. I am going to go count my watches. I am actually going to go count them right after this live so I don't forget to count them, because I'm going to do a little bit of digging to count them all, because a few of them haven't been put actually into the jewelry case since we moved into this apartment. So I'm going to go count all of my watches. Remember, this one does not get counted because it is a smartwatch, so we're counting all of the analog watches. He is with me. He is going to be with me. I am not going to, no, he is not going to have my channel all to himself.
That might be dangerous, huh?
It might be dangerous. Okay. To be fair, yes, everyone be safe this weekend. Absolutely, Sylvia. Yeah, so he would be okay if I got him set up and going, but he doesn't know how to do the software and get everything going and make adjustments to anything. And then he wouldn't know what to click once he clicked, go live. Like, he wouldn't know what to click. So, yeah, I would have to start everything anyway, so I might as well hang out. So that will be after sunset Sunday, guys. What all do you have coming up, Cathy?
Well, I have my sew along Saturday that I do every Saturday at 9 a.m. and that is it. I had so many plans of so many things to get done, and yeah, no, didn't happen. It does not do any good for me to have plans, because literally I can show you my list, and let me get my yellow highlighter because I just mark it out. Let
Actually,
me do my yellow highlighter so you can see it. I've got a whole list here of what I needed to do just this weekend.
Oh,
I only got 4 things marked off of it.
Okay.
I mean, literally.
So
I've now,
actually, go ahead.
if I put nap on there, I've done a lot of that.
All right. So out of my entire cleaning list, I am missing one item, and Mr. Siberian Wind can do it. I've got 1, 2, 3. Ooh, I did that one. I've got 3 items. 3 items in the studio left, and they cannot all get done this week, or they cannot all get done tonight, so they will not be done. But I'm only missing 3 items. I worked my tail off, though. I'm paying for it. So
Yeah. Well, mine right now, I just can't stand very long.
oh yeah.
And my kitchen is dangerous for me because I catch my toe on my rug, or I catch it on the island leg, or I catch it on the garbage can. And really, I can't stand up that long to wash dishes. And I don't use a dishwasher with it because it's acting crazy. And, I just
Absolutely.
don't. I hand wash my dishes because most of the things I have can't go in the dishwasher anyway. So, I mean,
Absolutely.
why put 5 dishes in the dishwasher and have 20 that you can't put in the dishwasher? And,
Yeah.
I just wash them all by hand. And,
Well, we'll
let's see, Sylvia.
yep. I will miss you.
Yes.
But there is always replay. So even though you won't be able to, you have to be live to get a super chat ticket. Either doing a super chat or guessing the number of watches that I have. You would have to be live to do that. But you can still comment after the live. I would appreciate knowing that you're okay. So please let me know you're okay.
Yeah. I'm going to comment on Sylvia.
Yes.
We were watching that hurricane earlier. My husband and I don't know if we were watching it here at the house. We had gone and got some Southwestern egg rolls. They were delicious.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we were there watching it because it's a sports bar and they have TVs everywhere. So I don't remember if that's where we were watching it or if we were watching it here. But it was talking about that hurricane, how it's so much earlier than normal. But I'm
Yeah.
like, June is hurricane season anyway, because I remember when we went on our cruise, there was a hurricane the week before and a hurricane shortly after out in the Gulf.
Well,
So,
well, hi and good night, Joy T. Glad you were here. Thank you, thank you,
hey,
thank you.
Georgie.
So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and sign off, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Um, I really, really appreciate every last one of you being
Yes,
here and being a part of this channel and coming to hang out and chatting and all of that. Remember, we only have till July 31st on this project. So, July 31st, and we all turn into pumpkins, okay? So, you want to follow along for the last part of this so long. So, we will see you guys as a team again this time next week. And until then, have a safe time, have a safe week, and go pet some fabric before you get in bed. And we will see you later.